You just heard the I Am Music album by Playboi Carti. You're inspired to make a beat. Well, this video is for you. You guys will get the project files for free for anything we create. So hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today we're going to make a Playboi Carti style beat. I'll show you guys some of the patterns I learned from his album and his general style. We're not going to recreate something that already exists. That's not really fun. What we're going to do is create something new, but in the style of Playboi Carti. So let's hop straight into it. So firstly, I've noticed that Playboi Carti's songs are very bass driven. You need just one solid 808. You don't need to go crazy. Okay, so we're going to use the what's called the Spins 808. It's probably the most used 808 in all of hip hop right now. Shout out DJ Spins. So basically what we're going to do here is begin with the metronome just by playing the 808. I'm going to play it on my keyboard just so it saves time. And also what I'm going to do is play over the speakers. So I'm going to take my headset off, but I have to mute my mic in order to play over the speakers. So we're not worried about what key we're in. We're not worried about anything. The main pattern you need to focus on is boom, boom. It's tres, si, so it's tres, si, oh, tres, si, oh, tres, si. We're going to do a couple of those movements. And then also too with the 808, we want to go like on the downbeat. So it's like boom, 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 boom type thing. Okay, so we're adding the 808 on that downbeat, and that's what creates that bounce. Think of it like Chicago drill back in the day, similar to that. So we're not going to worry about the BPM. Let's just write. Okay, let's use those three notes here, and then I'll show you guys the screen here. So I need to use my speaker, so I'm going to turn my mic off so I don't feed back here. So the beat is already rocking just with the 808 and that metronome. So that should be the the determinant as to if you're hitting the right notes. Does your playing in the right rhythm? Is can the beat feel like a bop just with the metronome? Let's hit Alt Q. So that should show you how important the bass is for this genre. Let's turn it up a little bit. Now what I'll do to produce this is a little more geeky, so bear with me here. But we're gonna open up what's called the mixer. Let's go to mixer channel 1 here. Call this the beat mix. We're then gonna send this to channel. Let's hit Control L. Hopefully it does. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to send it to channel 2. On the 808, we're going to hit Control, highlight all of your tracks that you're going to use in your track. Whoops. Let's do this again. Hit Control, highlight all your tracks. And you want to right click and then route to this track only. So now all these mixer channels are now going to the beat mix. So basically what we can do now is turn our stuff down, and we're going to go to the beat mix and then use what's called a parametric EQ2. To turn this stuff up, okay, like 6 dB. Usually 9 dB is where I say, but that's more for like old school hip hop. Let's just do 9 dB. You can read the value in the top left. We're boosting 9 dB, and now what I'm going to do is take all these faders and pull them down. Okay, you could do, gain reduction a different way, but for now we're just going to use this and pull the stuff down about 9 dB. Okay, so now basically this will help you guys mix your track a little bit better. Okay, so we need what's called headroom. Okay, so now we got the bass going. Now keep in mind too that the bass has different velocities per note. So it's not the same velocity all the way through. That creates a little more dynamic. Now remember, what kept the track bouncing was that simple metronome. So all we need is ta, ta, ta. That's all we need. We don't need to go crazy with any other sound. It just needs to go ta, 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 ta. It could be a wooden sound like this sound, or we could use a hi-hat. For now, let's just use a hi-hat. Let's right click, open that up a new channel, hit Control L, and then fill each 4 steps. So it goes ta, 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 ta on the beat. Let's add this to the song mode. Go to song mode. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, my favorite sound that this is what I like about the album, is they incorporate a lot of lasery sounds on some of the songs. So I'm gonna add my favorite laser in here. This is almost like a way to speed up the rhythm. So let's record this by hand here. That is the reason why I don't like using speakers making videos, because it will feedback so easily, y'all. Forgive me on that one. Okay, so let's hit Alt Q. Now, what we're going to do is when we hit Alt Q, we want to make sure this actually quantizes to the right time. So it looks like it did. And then we're going to take this one that I used a different key, hit Control on the actual note, hit Shift up to pull that back up to middle C. So these are going to be our sub rhythms. Now we just got to line it up throughout the beat. Okay, so now we have that. So basically we've created the contrast layer. Now you guys know, if you follow me, there are 4 layers to a beat. You have the rhythm section. Let me just start at the top here. Let's insert a couple tracks. You have what's called the top line. This is your memorable melody. You have the harmony section, which is your chords. You have the contrast layer, which is your bass line, and then you have the rhythm. So what we have so far is we start with the contrast, then we work our way the opposite way. Okay, so now let's start figuring out sounds we could add for either top line or the harmony. Now, harmony is not always going to be like playing on a minor ninth chord. Let's open up, let's see here. Let's open up Serum, actually. Let's try the new Serum 2. And again, you guys will get all the project files for free. I'm working on some presets for you guys in a pack called Helios. So it's not done yet, but let's use some of these sounds because they have what's called an arpeggiator. And we need to use this, so let's go back to the sound here. Now, we're not going to sit here and play D minor like this. Now, what we could do for Playboi Carti is we could play, instead of like traditional triad chords, we can play what's called a power chord. A power chord is basically an interval called there's different ones. I'll just describe it in chordal harmony. So here we're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes, and then take this note and pull it down an octave. This is called quartal harmony. This is what separates Yeet sound from, you know, the earlier versions of Rage sound from Playboi Carti. So we're going to elongate these, hit Control L. So now it's creating what's called quartal harmony. And then we could use that underneath. Let's just hear this in context. Now, technically, this is a harmony. For this track, I don't think we need these long chords. And then you simply just copy and paste that top note. So dun dun dun. That's how you would do it. Now, if that sound doesn't work for you guys, you could simply take the top note. Actually, let's take the middle note, pull it down 2, hit Shift down 1, 2. So now the top note is up 7 notes. That's quintal harmony. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's your perfect fifth. But that doesn't sound right for this beat. So it's a more quartal harmony, in my opinion, if I were to make harmony that way. But for this track, I think it needs more space. So we're not going to play the harmony that way. Let's just figure out an arpeggio here. I'm going to layer this bass because it sounds cool. Let's see if we can layer that in. We may be able to get away with layering, but we may not. 1, 2, 3. So just little accents. We're not going crazy ham with that. Just something small so it doesn't last too long. If there is any clashing, I can't really hear if there's clashing on that sound. All right, so now I want to look for an arpeggio, though, because I want to mimic some of his stuff from, I think it's Evil Jordan, if I'm not mistaken, the title. Because he uses a really weird arpeggio, and I have an arpeggio in here somewhere. I think I gave you guys this preset when Serum 2 first came out. Let me see if I can find it. Let me let the beat play as I find this. But we made a sound that sounded like a telephone. I'm going to see if I can find it. Here it is. Let's add this in. See if we can pitch this down. Trying to figure out what's giving it that tone. It's been a minute since I made this. forget what it's even giving this a tone. We're just gonna leave it in as the tone, but it's added in as like a percussion, like a tambourine. I don't know why FL recorded on two different things. That was weird. Let's do this again. Sorry, y'all. That was an FL glitch. I must have clicked something. Okay, so now we just need that synthetic top line. There is no real answer to what we use as a top line for this type of sound. It could be literally any synth. Okay, so what we're going to do, though, is use Toxic Biohazard. I found that they have a lot of creative sounds in the style of Playboi Carti. So no specific preset. Let's just start here at the synthetic banks, and let's just go through some of these. So we're just looking for something that we could add a simple delay to that sits on top of this track. Also, Morphine would be a good plugin. This sound, I want to add that in as like a texture. So I know I'm moving kind of quick here, but we're playing an octave. We're doing that same fifth technique, which is playing up or down 7 notes. Then I'm just playing the octave. So I'm just having that as a contrast layer. That's more of a counter melody if I had to name it. It's a contrast layer. So we're going to put this counter melody right here. So now let me start producing over the speakers because I need to feel this beat. So let me mute my mic for a sec, guys. All right, now because the melody needs a delay, I took off the delay from the plugin because it doesn't give us a synchronized delay. So what, or maybe I can't find out how to make it synchronized. So now we're going to take it to the mixer, add Fruity Delay 3 to add that bounce back. So I took away the in plugin delay, and now we're going to add our own bounce through the delay here. Now we can fill in some of that dead space with this pad. Again, we're just playing the 5th and the 4th. Either 5 semitones away or 7 semitones away. So that's how I'm picking these notes here. And we're just adding that to fill in the backgrounds. All right, so now we can add our snares and tighten up some of the 808 patterns here. Now, something I like that Playboi Carti made popular is adding the snare not on the 3 and the 7 like typical trap, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The typical spot. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But we could switch it up and add the snare on, you know, the 3 and the 6 or the 3 and the 8. So I like switching it up over time. Let's try out different rhythms here with the snare. Sorry, I thought you guys could hear me. So what I'm doing here is adding stutter 808s where it goes like ba-boom, ba-boom, like that. And this will create a nice bounce and dynamic. So on that, I actually randomly click sometimes by accident and it sounded good. I'm not worrying about the tuning. I'm not worried about anything. I'm worried about the movement of the 808. I'm not even worried about if we're out of key, in key, none of that. It's the rhythm and that up and downness, especially in the velocity that I'm listening to with the 808. All right, now here I'm going to start mixing this beat. You guys are going to see me use the Fruity Soft Clipper to drive the track into here, Fruity Wave Shaper to saturate the sound, and then basically try different plugins to get a really saturated sound over every instrument so it distorts the entire track. I'm going to try different versions of each thing, and that will add that final grit, and then I can go back and polish the rhythms and bounce. So that's the final touch here. So now I'm just tightening up some of the bounce, and I'm trying to get the right distortion vibe. Showing you guys different options here. Michelangelo gives it probably the sound I'm looking for, but let's also try. Trying to think what else can give us that like really gritty sound. I think it's a plugin called MoMA. I don't have it on this computer, I don't think. There's also Pretty Fast Distort. I wouldn't add that over the entire track though. Oh, here's the one, Culture Vulture. Okay, so I forget where they labeled it. There's a plugin called, maybe it's under Distortion. Okay, Tube Culture. This is after the Culture Vulture unit. This is by Arteria. Let's try this one. It has a nice sound on it. You just got to push the functions to get different sounds here. I'm going to play this over the speaker so I can feel the vibration. So as you guys can hear, there's two different styles of distortion I'm going for here, but let's see which one actually sounds good over headphones too. just giving me two different styles. One's brighter, one's darker. This one's darker, the Michelangelo. The distorted tube is very bright. So I'm just trying to decide which. Now that do-do-do, I'm gonna turn off for now, just because I don't feel like mixing it. So we have really heavy distortion. So let's just try a couple things with the 808. We're gonna stereoize it, let's try different ways to make it sound a little bit different than the typical 808. So now it's stereoized. All right, so let me think what other synths I can add in here. I'm gonna go through my different plugins to see what kind of vibe we could add to it. All right, so to make it a little more bouncy, I'm shortening, truncating the 808. So for my ear, I want to hear this harmony. So I played the harmony with the Hypnos plugin at busyworksbeats.com/Hercules. And it added that final like gap, which is that harmony. Now for the sounds that are just quirky stock sounds, let's add them to a melody group. It could be any kind of group, but like the pad, for example, we're gonna add to that group as well as that counter melody. So anything I wanna kind of tighten up is the final thing. I'm gonna send it to a melody group, so channel 7, we're gonna run this to the melody group, right click, route to this track only. Even the harmony. All right, so let's add that to the melody group. Boom. And then we're going to run this stuff through Serum to the effects plugin. Let's add a final quirky touch to it. So now I'm just tuning things and tightening up little small things. Now, one last final thing I like to do is grab anything melodic. So that's MIDI and hit Control G. Okay, you guys will get the project files for free. Let's right click, transpose this. Let's go down 3 notes. So basically we're dropping 3 keys. Okay, so now I'm trying out different keys. I like this tone. Let's also do +6. That will give us +3 from the original. Yeah, I liked -3 more, so let's transpose this back down 6. So we're -3 from where we started. That do. So one little tiny change I did was simply delay the 808 like a smidget, whatever the word is. And it just made the 808 bounce a little bit more. That small time difference there. So now that we have a more chilled vibe, I actually like it less distorted because it fits this vibe. So I'm pulling back that distortion we had. So we definitely got this beat hitting way harder going through that Fruity Soft clipper. Let's also try different keys. I like this key, but let's just try transposing one semitone at a time. Let's Let's also mess with the BPM. You guys will get these project files for free. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. Thank you guys for watching. It's a game from busyworksbeats.com. Learn how to make beats like the pros. Go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. Peace out, guys.